Hey everybody, it's Sami again. I'm Director of Education at T3 Live. Welcome to this update on Bitcoin. I want to talk about it because I've been talking about Bitcoin since March 10th. Okay, this is March 10th. March 10th, right here. Been talking about it. So every single week I discuss Bitcoin except for last week. Why? Why do you think last week was the only week since March 10th that I actually didn't discuss Bitcoin in last week's video? Anybody know why? Anybody? Because it was already too late. I've been saying buy, 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 buy. Showed you my GDAX or Pro Coinbase account multiple times, right? Talked about Bitcoin, Ether, Litecoin, all the big four or the big five actually. Bitcoin Cash, right? XRP. Talked about all of these, and last week for the first time in my since March 10th, I didn't even talk about it because it was already too late to buy. So Bitcoin rallied, worked marvelously if you did it. You basically more than doubled your money if you actually played it long and held on to it. And now is not the time to buy it. Now Bitcoin actually topped out. This is the daily chart, and it's pulling back. Now I'm not predicting a crash. If we were going to crash one more time, we would not have rallied as much as we did on the monthly chart. But certainly this is not the time nor the place to be buying Bitcoin. Okay. In fact, I felt pretty bad last week that I didn't think about shorting Bitcoin. Now, there's only one exchange in the U.S. where you can short Bitcoin, and I didn't have it. I didn't have that account. I didn't have my account with them funded. So I forgot to do. I didn't think about it. That hey, it's actually a good short. Does that make sense? Otherwise, I would be in a short. That's what I think about Bitcoin. Now, I don't think we're going to crash. We might set up long here, but since the monthly already got to the target, look at the weekly also. Just want to show you the weekly chart of Bitcoin. I mean, that's way up, deep into resistance, away from the 20 MA. So we definitely need a pullback. And I was going to say here that we will probably pull back again to the rising 20 and trigger long and fail. Okay, I'm not interested in doing the first buy setup on Bitcoin. The next buy setup, sure, I could do. So again, if you've traded Bitcoin with me if you look at the videos, if you watch my weekly videos, right? This is April 11th. Look at the date. Every week I do a video, and every week, look at this, April 6th, I talk about Bitcoin every week. Since March 10th, right? April 4th, I said the downtrend is officially over, right? March 31st, right? Stock and cryptocurrency trades. So go back to all the way to March 10th is when I first started talking about it as a long. But now, again, is not the time to look at Bitcoin as a long. It's simply way too late. In fact, as I said, I felt pretty bad that it didn't occur to me that, if I can fund my Kraken account, I'd short it, right? But I didn't have it funded, and by the time I wired the money, the top was already in, and the next day it dropped a lot. So I missed the top on Bitcoin, but again, I do not think it is the time to play Bitcoin long. Okay, and that's precisely why in last week's video I didn't actually talk about it because it was already gone. I try and bring up ideas when it is time to act, or for your benefit basically. I don't bring up ideas after the fact when it would be of no use to you or me. Does that make sense? So that's an update on Bitcoin. I'll give you an update in the coming weeks or maybe next week, depending on how it sets up. But I'm also not going to be interested in buying the first pullback, okay? Because the first buy setup after a climactic move up usually fails. Now, this is not the stock market. This is Bitcoin, cryptocurrency market, has a lot more momentum to it. So it might work, but I am personally not looking to play the first buy setup. The next buy setup, maybe, but not the first buy setup. Okay? So in other words, I'll be looking for a W pattern. And if the W pattern doesn't fail, right? If you get the first buy setup and then you get the retest and failure, goes back up, I'll play it over the neckline. Something like this. Now I may not do Bitcoin necessarily. I may do Litecoin. All right, it has a better pullback and showed relative strength to Bitcoin. I may do Ether, ETH, but it's still far away from the 20. I may do Bitcoin Cash, which has more room to go still, BCH, but is an uglier chart. I may do one of the other altcoins, but this is not the time for me to get involved. I was already involved. Check my weekly videos going back to March 10th. I've never once said it's bearish. Every single week I said bullish, buy. Showed you my GDAX account, right? And my positions in Bitcoin and Ether, in Bitcoin Cash, right? Those were the three that I was buying. Litecoin I thought was already gone, and so I didn't buy it. But that's my update. I hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to check out the links, and I will talk to you next week. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thanks so much, everybody. Take care.